The comeback is complete. 2 back-to-back titles, 2 Super Series titles, and this a Premier Super Series. Well, for a singles player to win 40 career Super Series titles is incredible. The other players who have achieved 40 play doubles and mixed doubles. Anton Subowo, BWF Vice President and President of Asia Badminton Confederation, making the awards, making the presentation. The checks presented by Mr. Wu Yu.
The medals will be presented by Mr. George Han,
Yeah.
CEO of MetLife.
Was that a look of relief as well from Lee Chong Wei? I wouldn't be surprised. All the doubts, all the doubters, well, he's answered them all.
And it's a revival of 2 great rivalries, both the one with Lin Dan and the one with Chen Long.
Yeah.
He needed a victory to revive those rivals.
Yeah.
So just increases the tension moving forward in world badminton.
Indeed. Well, Lee Chong Wei, I can remember saying recently while I was commentating, you don't become a bad player overnight. And all the crisis in confidence, I know what he went through, you know, so many of us have, but this is really astonishing. Beating Lin Dan for the first time ever in China, and then backing it up by, for the first time ever, beating both Lin Dan and Chen Long back to back. Well, that's scintillating performance from Lee Chong Wei means that China will not have a clean sweep of titles. There's just one more final to come. It is men's doubles. But before the men's doubles final, where history is attempting to be made, I found it a staggering statistic that China has never won the men's doubles title here at their home Super Series event since the start of the Super Series back in 2007. But before we get underway with the men's doubles final, there'll be an appreciation of our tournament referee, his deputy, and the assistant referee from the local organising committee. So Romani De Vos from Belgium, our referee. Pencho Stoyanov of Bulgaria, the deputy referee. And Sendai Sen, our assistant referee. And there must be 2 assistant referees. So Li Yongbo, former world badminton champion, now director of sports, badminton and tennis. I think he's president of the federation here in China. Former head coach as well of the Chinese team. In fact, I think he still guides the national team, makes a number of the decisions. Anyway, it's very nice that the Tournament referees are recognised after volunteering their time and overseeing the tournament. So, as I was saying, it cannot be a clean sweep for China now, because Chong Wei has won his first China Open. But can the men's doubles pair of Biao and Chong Wei create history by winning a first ever men's doubles title for Chinese players here at the China Open? They're up against Jung and Kim Sa-rang. Well, when we look at the Destination Dubai rankings, I can tell you that the number 3 and the number 2 will swap places. Fu Haifang, sadly, for sad reasons, not able to compete here with Jiang Nan. But Biao and Chong Wei, they will go up 2 places to number 5 whether they win or lose today's men's doubles final. The Koreans will go up 1 place as well. We're looking at the draw, and you can see 3 Chinese pairs at quarterfinal stage, 2 Danish pairs, 5 different nations, but only 4 seeded pairs made it through to quarterfinal stage. So here come the Koreans, Jung and Kim Sa-rang. Now, of course, I need to correct myself with the draw before we go any further. There was only 3 seeded pairs through to the quarterfinal stage, and only 1 Danish pair. I said 2 Danish pairs, didn't I? There was 2 Koreans, 2 Japanese, only 3 different nations.
Let's warmly welcome Biao, Chong Wei from China.
让我们再次以热烈的掌声欢迎中国队的运动员Biao、Chong Wei。他们获得2014年
So Biao and Chong Wei, beaten finalists a year ago, lost out to another Korean pair, Lee Yong-dae and Yu Young-sung. Can they go one better this year? Well, Steen, it is a staggering statistic about China never having won the men's doubles at their home Super Series event. And when you look at Korea, they have an outstanding record in the men's doubles here at the China Super Series. They've won 5 of the last 8 at men's doubles titles here.
I never would have guessed that Fu and Chaiyun, Fu Haifang and Chaiyun, that they have never won the China Open Super Series.
Yeah.
Never have guessed that.
No. So the Koreans unseeded here at the China Open. Their world ranking did go up 1 place this week to number 11, and I suspect it might go up again after this Premier Super Series. Well, Korean men's doubles pairs have won the last 6 Super Series tournaments played this year. 5 of those have gone to Lee Yong-dae and Yu Young-sung. And of course, Lee Yong-dae and Yu Young-sung, who were the defending champions here, 2-time defending champions, are lost in the round of last 16. Well, the Korean pair are in very good form because they won last week at the Korean Grand Prix Gold. Also reached the final of their home Super Series events in Seoul. Lost out to Lee Yong-dae and Yu Young-sung. So Kim Jung, 25, Kim Sa-rang is 26. 11 in the world ranking, their win-loss record for the year. Well, this is their 4th final in their 15th tournament. And they've had a couple of 3-game matches so far. In the first round, they had to beat the number 8 seeds, Li and Tsai. And in the quarterfinal, they beat the 2-time former champions, the number 4 seeds, Matthias Boll and Custom Mogensen, in 3 games. Yesterday, they beat Endo and Hawakawa, 2 straight games. They were the number 5 seeds. So to the Chinese pair, Chong Wei, very tall man from this province, from Fujian province, turned 26 last month. And his partner turned 25. Chai Biao turned 25 last month. 5 in the world rankings. They have been as high as 3. Now they have won 1 Super Series title this year. That was the India Super Series. And as you can see, all of their matches in 2 straight games. But they haven't played against another seeded pair. But it should be mentioned their semi-final was against the former world champions, Go Sung-hyun and Shin-baek Chol. So that a good result to win in 2 straight games. This is the 7th meeting between the 2 pairs. Chai Biao and Chong Wei have won 4 of the previous 6, including the last 2. Last time was in the 2nd round of the Denmark Premier Super Series, and as you briefly saw, it was 3 games.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Chong Wei, Chai Biao, China. And on my left, Kim Saram, Kim Dijim, Korea. Kim Saram to serve to Chong Wei. Labo, play.
So the unseeded Kim Ji-jung and Kim Sa-rang from Korea against the number 6 seeds Chai Biao and Chong Wei. Oh yes, my goodness. Well, we were talking earlier in the week, I think it was yesterday, about the speed of Kim Sa-rang.
Yeah, and the increased physical strength condition.
Long.
The Danes mentioned it. They really felt that he'd improved on that part of his overall badminton game. Much stronger.
Error there from Chai Biao. This is his 3rd final here at his home event. Not only runner-up last year with his partner of today, but also beaten finalist in 2010 with Jung Nan, who we saw earlier win the mixed doubles. Goodness me, what a good interception. What a start by the Koreans. Mm. 1 minute into it, and 6-love. 7-love.
7-love.
Yeah, look how he moved so early.
Yeah.
Reading where the reply was going to come. Yeah. Well, Steen, I did wonder before the match started whether the fact that this is the first ever Premier Super Series tournament final was going to make the Koreans a little bit nervous. How wrong could I be?
Yeah, we would have predicted perhaps that it could be a China-Korea final, but I'm not sure I would have predicted these 2 pairs to be the participants. And, but they're apparently full of confidence, Kim and Kim. And if this continues, we're going to have a speaker announcement searching for the real Biao Chai and Chong Wei and asking them to go to court, because they have been totally off their game so far. I mean, it's clear that they're better in the attack than in their defense, but they haven't been able at all to get into good attacking positions.
No, but to a certain extent, I don't think they've been allowed to.
No, exactly. They haven't been allowed.
Yeah.
And that's worrying for the Chinese combination.
And now they're in panic mode.
Yeah, and the problem for the Chinese is often if the opponents, if there's one player that can dominate Biao Chai at the net, they're in trouble. Let's see if they can claw back.
Yeah, he could have played it. Thought it was going to go long. No, 11-2.
And it seems like a totally effortless first part of the first game for the Koreans.
Yeah. Kang Hyun-jin, their coach, is going to be mighty happy with them.
Yeah.
4 minutes.
I think he'd actually much rather continue without any break.
Yeah. Well, for this Chinese pair, this is their third Premier Super Series tournament final. Won their first Super Series title earlier this year in their 5th Super Series tournament final.
20 seconds.
Last year,
20 seconds.
not only this China Open Premier Super Series, also reached the final of the Malaysian. That's their 2 previous Premier Super Series tournament finals.
Service over. 3-11.
Oh, that's good.
Excellent good shot. Third shot.
From Chong Wei.
Fantastic play by Kim Sarang. First a very imaginative drop shot and then this killer smash. There it is.
Service over. 5-12.
Oh, he's pushed it long.
Service over. 13-5.
What do you say to the Chinese players, or what should they be trying to do to really play themselves into the match before they have to start the second game? I mean, look at that.
Exactly. This game is probably gone, but they need to focus on getting some kind of self-confidence, getting some ideas on how to cope with this much improved Korean pair. So we can see that they are more or less blocking the serves, just keeping them short at the net. But and the Koreans, they're not giving any height away with the lift, trying to lift as flat as possible. Really, really quick with the rackets, the 2 Koreans.
Oh, goodness
So,
me.
so you have to think about also what do we do about the third shot? How can we open up? And well, I don't have any really good idea at the moment. But one of the things is that, I mean, if we're losing points, then it's okay to lose one, but only one at a time, not 4 or 5 in a row. So I would try to take the rhythm out of the game, not the pace, but the rhythm, and wait a little longer before I serve and return and everything, as long as the umpire allows.
Oh, good rally.
Yeah, and that's important because that's something that these two men at the coaching chairs, Jung and Tim Bengi, they can use that. They need some good rallies to build on, to get ideas on how we're going to solve this Korean puzzle in the second game. And we've been talking about the second game 2 or 3 points more than they're very much in this first game. I think, yeah, we thought about the Koreans being nervous, but I think probably the Chinese pair are nervous as well.
Because China has never won the men's doubles title since it's been a Super Series.
No, just because they
They're
want to win it.
nervous.
They want to win the
Yeah.
title.
Okay.
16-9.
And nervous perhaps as well because, you know, there's a burden of expectation with the home fans.
Yeah, and when they first came into tournaments together as a pair, they were very successful.
Yeah.
Then they were given responsibility playing first men's doubles in the Thomas Cup campaign. Now that didn't go too well.
No.
So I think they want to redeem themselves and prove that they're for real, that they can be trusted.
Yeah, because of course during the Sudirman Cup, World Mixed Team Championships earlier this year in Dongguan, they were only selected once, and that was in a group match, despite being the highest ranked Chinese pair at number 5 in the world.
Exactly. And then you can start wondering who's getting selected for the Olympics.
Oh, well, the luck of the net call for Kim Sa-rang.
And they're just amazing in that flat game.
Yeah.
They're playing from a little below the tape, but with such accuracy. It's easy to say because that might as well have stayed on their side, but normally it's a little bit harder to play from below the tape.
Service over. 11-18.
Well, they've played better since the interval, leading 9-7 since the interval, the Chinese pair, and that's of course important for their self-confidence moving on in this match.
Service over. 19-11.
But I mean, if you come into this hall and you're not allowed, you haven't seen the match and you're not allowed to see the scoreboards, you will easily guess that it's the Korean that are better off because they look like they're enjoying themselves and having fun.
Yeah.
Whereas the Chinese, they're walking slowly, they're looking very, very serious.
12-19.
So the beginning of the second game will be really, really important. Cannot afford to get a bad start there, Biao Chai and Chong Wei.
13-19.
Good serve, but an even better return. My goodness, Kim Sa-rang is playing well, and he and his partner now have 7 game point opportunities.
Wow. He's just coming forward all the time, Kim Sarang.
Yeah. No, there's a sort of stunned silence from the fans here.
Yeah.
In Fuzhou. So fast in his reactions. Kim Sarang. Yeah, they are enjoying it, aren't they?
He's playing like he was Lee Yong-dae.
Yeah. 21-13 in 13 minutes.
It's just like, hey, I'm coming forward now. You can do whatever you want. I'm coming forward no matter what.
Well, when you think at the beginning of the year, they could hardly buy a first round victory. That's a little harsh. They've had 7 first or second round losses this year, this Korean pair.
But I guess you're right that we discussed it, that the Koreans, they were looking a little bit off in the beginning of the year.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure they were back home practicing really, really hard, and you just can't expect to get results at the same time when you're practicing hard and putting a lot of hours and effort in it at the practice hall and the weight training room.
I thought right at the start of the year at the All England, the first of the Super Series events this year, I thought the entire Korean team looked as if they'd been on holiday for 2 months. I didn't think they looked in good shape at all, but the build-up has been gradual over the year, and as you've already pointed out earlier this week, it's a long season because it doesn't finish until after the Olympics. So I think the Koreans may have done a very clever thing, give their players complete time off. Beginning of the year, service fault called, struck above the waist.
Service over. 1 love.
Oh, look at that.
Service over. 1-all.
This is the one. Yeah.
Yeah, that backhand from Kim Sa-rang.
So much power.
Yeah, with so little backswing.
Yeah, he's able to generate so much power with so little backswing.
Oh no! Service over. 2-1.
Incredible.
Service over.
And they've been absolutely clinical in their attack.
And you know how we've talked about Lee Chong Wei looking now a different player than when he first came back from his suspension. You know, I think this Korean men's doubles pair look a different pair ever since they won the gold medal at the World University Games in Gwangju.
But that's one thing that should not be underestimated. Winning matches.
Yeah.
No matter almost how poor the opposition is, not to say that the opposition is poor at the university games, it's just not every country is targeting that particular tournament, but
and it was on home soil and it's not ranking points, so we tend not to pay attention to it, but I think it was a turning point for them.
Yeah, and it's about this winning matches.
Yes.
You never become tired of winning matches, and it's healthy listening to 20 match point, Kim serving. I think a lot of players could learn from that in their season plan. If you're playing, and a lot of times playing first, second rounds in Super Series, Premier Series, then it's actually quite a good idea to go back or go down a tier or two in order to win matches, try to win tournaments, get confidence. Because I mean,
I agree.
the
I
difference,
totally agree.
the difference of Chong Wei compared to the first 1.5 game yesterday till today's match, that's amazing.
Yeah. And it all comes from the confidence of,
Yeah.
of winning.
Yeah.
Goodness me, flat, fast exchanges.
The hard thing, just to dwell a little bit about that men's singles, is that, I mean, it's just very little that separates Chong Wei from losing in 2 games to Lin Dan, 21-15, 21-16. Because there's a bit of luck in it as well. Think about the 2 different scenarios going back home. Now he comes back home and everything feels light and everything. Everybody says congratulations.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everybody would have questioned him.
Yeah.
So sometimes you need to have that attitude, even when you're losing. Hey, this is going the right direction.
Yeah.
Well, back to this
Yeah,
match
and
pass.
I guess it, but I think it's very similar to this Korean pair. You know, it's a pair that we haven't really been talking about at the first half of the year, and yet twice World Championship bronze medalists in 2013 and 2014. You know, and we haven't really been talking about them. They've been working on their game. They have been getting stronger. Kim Sa-rang physically looks stronger.
Yeah.
You know, and that's exactly what you're talking about. You know, you have to have faith in what you're doing is the right thing, and the improvement will come. Oh dear.
Yeah, and the thing is that the better you are as a player, often the longer time you have to work on little improvements to see them work in matches.
Now this is obviously much closer at the start of this second game than it was at the first.
Yeah.
It's gone long. I don't think he meant to leave that. I think he missed it.
7-6.
Another one goes long.
Yeah, they can't really afford to miss those opportunities.
No.
Seems like a lot of the forced shots from the Chinese pair goes towards the backhand side of the Koreans. Almost everything seems to go to the backhand side.
7-8.
Oh, that's clever.
They're trying to take up the challenge in the flat game.
Yeah, and they shouldn't. Chinese pair.
At least they have to. They cannot go all out. They have to look for possibilities of blocking it, getting a lift.
And I'm not convinced, because they're both such tall athletes, these 2 Chinese players,
Yeah.
whether that's really physically suiting their stature.
But normally, I mean, against almost any other pair, they would have the advantage in the flat game because they're able to play so fast. But here, they play a pair that's better than them, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So you got to find another way of winning. but the first part of the mission is completed. Stop the bleeding from the first game.
Yeah.
It's 11-10 since the interval in the first game, and now 8-9. So now it's about being really, really alert and concentrated and positive, because this is going to be a tough day at the office.
To the mid-game interval with the lead once more. But this time it's only a 3-point advantage. It was a 9-point advantage in the opening game.
They're doing a really good job, the Koreans, in maintaining the initiative and the control of the rallies when they first get the attack.
Super Series event was won by players, men's doubles that is, other than from Korea. You have to go back to the Singapore Super Series, Anga Pratama and Raki Suwadi. It's a long time ago.
Yeah. As I recall it, it wasn't that strong a draw in Singapore. I believe some players had passed that tournament.
Well, there was 3 Super Series back-to-back, wasn't there?
Yeah, and the World's coming up later in the summer.
Oh,
well played.
Yeah.
Service over. 9-11.
Yeah, you see, I know it's fast exchanges, but it's the fact that they were able to hit in a downward direction. It's when it's sort of hit horizontal, flat over the net, I see the Koreans winning every time.
Yeah, and perhaps also try to direct it a little bit outside of the body of the Koreans.
Service over. 12-9.
It's also this psychology that, hey, we're 4-2 ahead in head-to-heads, and we won the last, so we want to win this tournament.
Yeah.
Oh, they're standing almost at the service line.
Oh, brilliant. Good rally. Oh, my goodness. Oh, how quick was that? Oh,
Oi.
Between the legs. I don't believe it. Well, that's got to be our player of the day. What a rally.
Most insane rally.
Brilliant. Between the legs. But the fast exchanges, then the defence, and 38 shots. Longest rally of the match so far. Look at that. Heart and soul going into that smash. Fabulous.
Great shot.
Yeah.
Quick execution. Look, no arm movement, but extremely quick racket movement.
Well, one feels that the Chinese pair, if they want to win this, I think they need a little run right now.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. There's their backhand again.
Yeah, yeah.
No, virtually no backswing, and creates the power. Look at that. Brilliant.
And you said, Jill, that Biao Chai and Chong Wei lost last year to Lee Yong-dae, Yo Young-sung. And these guys, they're practicing every day against Lee Yong-dae, who is a magnificent net player. So of course, some of that rubs off on these two here.
Yeah.
In order to be competitive with the other two Korean pairs, they need to pick up on the brilliant net player from Lee Yong-dae, and it's helping them in this match.
Well, the fact that the Koreans have got 3 outstanding men's doubles pairs, and the whole sparring that must go on. Oh, goodness me, what on earth happened there?
Very good service.
Well, Chinese don't want to change the shuttle.
No. And this is where you would expect the Chinese to loosen up a little bit, and perhaps the Koreans to get a little bit tense, because they can feel that we should actually win this one. Have a great chance.
Service over 16-12.
Not his key competence, play below the net court. Chong Wei much stronger in the attack.
Service over 13-16.
No, they're still in here.
Yeah. Kim Se-rang talking a lot to Kim Ki-jung. I don't know if there's a sign in that. Might be wise to try and direct the shots at Kim Ki-jung.
Service over 17-13.
Oh, he's been brilliant today, hasn't he, so
Yeah.
far, Kim Se-rang?
They both have.
Yeah. In their different ways.
Yeah.
And that's what makes a good pair. That's what you were talking about earlier. Qualities that complement each other.
Service over 14-17.
Great defense by Biao Chai. Koreans didn't think he managed to get that straight back.
Oh, yes.
Service over
Kim Kyun-jin urging his men on. 3 more points needed.
Service over 15-18.
Unbelievable. Good return of serve. And he didn't let up from there, did he?
He's been brilliant, Kim Sarang.
2 points away from their second Super Series title. And the first over 3 years ago. The Japan Super Series, of course, of 2012. Oh yes, this time it was Jung going forward for match point opportunities. Yeah. Slightly loose serve. And the Chinese capitalized on that. Two match points have been saved, but another two remain for the Koreans. Oh, I'd challenge. Well, hasn't been a challenge in the match so far. So just one more match point opportunity for the Koreans.
That's out.
Yeah, good call, line judge. And this time, and look at the delight for Kim Sarang. Leaps in the air. 21-13, 21-19 in just 37 minutes. Well, a seventh consecutive Super Series tournament this year where Korea has won the men's doubles title. Yeah, look at that joy. A second Super Series title. A first ever Premier Super Series title. Now, that was brilliant by the Koreans. Yeah, confirmation of the scoreline. Well, race to a 10-1 lead, 11-2. And then again into game number one. From there, they always looked as if they were going to be champions. At the shortest final of the day. Oh, what a day it's been. Two players joining the 40s Super Series club. And that's a total of 4 players now. Jung, a 41st Super Series title to her name, a 5th consecutive title here at the China Open. Chong Wei beating the Olympic champion yesterday, the world champion today. The return of Li Shuirui back to good form. And Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei a 26 Super Series title together. Well, the last of the premier events for 2015 as we get ready for the prize presentation. But there's still one more Super Series to come. Then, of course, the Super Series finals in Dubai. Well, Biao and Chong Wei, the number 6 seeds. It wasn't to be third time lucky for them. Third Premier Super Series tournament final. But for Jung and Kim Sa-rang, well, their performance today was scintillating. It really was. Played with speed, played with aggression, and played with confidence. Mr. Liu Xiaonong making the presentations. Director General of the Table Tennis and Badminton Administrative Centre. Well, Korea in the men's doubles at the moment is dominant. 3 pairs between them, winning the last 7 Super Series tournaments. Deserved champions, the Koreans. Beating 4 seeded pairs to win the title. Number 8 seeds, the number 4 seeds, the number 5 seeds, and today the number 6 seeds. Well, it has been a fabulous finals day here at the Thaihot China Open. 3 titles to China, 1 to Malaysia, and 1 to Korea. Of course, it all started with Tang Yuan-ting and Yu Yang. Tang Yuan-ting winning her 3rd Super Series title of the year with her 3rd different partner. Yu Yang, her 5th consecutive title here, and her 41st Super Series title in total. That was 1 hour and 14 minutes. Then Jiang Nan and Zhao Yunlei, 1 hour and 27 minutes to beat the European champions Fischer Nielsen and Pedersen, a 40th title in the Super Series for Zhao Yunlei. Li Shuirui, the Olympic champion, regained her title here, a 3rd title here, beating last year's champion Saina Nehwal in 2 straight games. Was 6-12 down in that 2nd game before winning 15 of the next 18 points to close it out, 21-12, 21-15. In the men's singles were Chong Wei, 2 Super Series titles back-to-back after winning in Paris. Today winning by beating the world champion Chen Long in a repeat of the World Championship final. And as we've just seen, Korea dominant in the men's doubles, a 7th consecutive men's doubles title at Super Series events for Korean pairs. It really has been badminton of the very highest quality. Well, what a great finals day. Of course, the Super Series moves on to Hong Kong next week. We will be there from quarterfinals onwards. Very much hope you'll be able to join us from Hong Kong. But in the meantime, from all of us here in Fuzhou, from Steve Peterson and myself, Jill Clark, we'll see you next week. Bye for now.